This is the plaintiff, Elliot Faber. He says the defendant backed into his motorcycle, knocking it to the ground, and it got damaged. The guy didn't tell him about it. He had to get surveillance video from his building, and is here suing this man of bad character for the $1,313.91 he's owed. This is the defendant, Jorge Mejia. He says he was backing into one of his assigned truck spots and didn't see the plaintiff's motorcycle, which was illegally parked in his spot, and he must have knocked it over. He told the plaintiff about it. The guy has a cracked mirror on the 27-year-old bike, and this guy is trying to make a federal case out of it. He's accused of taking off.
All parties, please raise your right hand. The People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Milian is now presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Faber, tell me what happened here.
I parked my motorcycle in when I was going into work that day, and
Where did you park it?
I was parked against a fence in a private parking lot. And there were all private vehicles all parked along that fence when I parked my motorcycle.
Okay, I'm not quite understanding. So the spaces are all facing the fence?
Correct.
And did you park facing the same way the cars were, or did you park sideways?
No, I parked straight into a parking space.
Parking space. And was it a parking space that you were allowed to park at?
Yes, I asked the people that I was working with, and they said I could park in any space.
Okay. And how long had you been working there?
This was only my second day.
Okay, and what happened?
Just helping them out.
And what happened?
They sent me out for the day. I came back that afternoon and found my motorcycle on the ground, damaged.
No note?
No note.
So what'd you do?
Wasn't much I could do. My bike was an older bike, so...
When did you get this bike?
I bought this bike brand new in May of 1985.
As a graduation present for yourself after college?
Correct. I bought this bike. I had just broken up after a long relationship, and I bought it just to, something to do.
Well, it seems like it lasted longer than the relationship for sure.
Yes, I courted my wife on this motorcycle.
Okay. So the motorcycle then is how old?
That would make the motorcycle, at that date, it was in its 36th season.
Oh, wow. All right. So then what happens when you see the motorcycle down? What is it you do?
The first thing I do is scream and curse a lot. I pick the bike up and, and I'm just looking around the bike and looking at the damage to see if I can even get back home, because I have an 18-mile ride to get back home. Mm-hmm. I went back into the place where I was helping out, and I asked for some tools because the bike in the condition it was in was not rideable. Okay. There were several parts that had to be bent back into place just to make the bike rideable, and that I could take it back on local roads and to get it back home. Okay,
so you did get the bike home, and then how do you find out who did this?
Okay, well, I asked the people that I was with, because there were 3 cameras on the roof of the building, and they looked through their footage, and they said they couldn't see it because there was a truck in the way, so they couldn't definitively see on the right side of the truck. So I called them. They gave me the phone number for the landlord, and I called the landlord and gave him the dates and the time parameter. And 5 minutes later, he called me back and he says, "I have a video for you if you want, but I'll send you a bunch of screenshots." And so I had like 6 or 7 screenshots, in progression that I had in my possession. And I could tell who it was because there was a distinctive Jeep that would park next to my vehicle every day. And you could see the person walking to that Jeep, which was next to my bike that day. And then you could see that person pulling his Jeep out and then backing his truck into the spot where his Jeep was. Then you could see him hitting the bike, and then the bike falling on the ground, and then he just left the bike on the ground.
Okay, so how did you find out that truck belonged to the defendant?
I had asked, again, the people that I work with, and they said, Jorge every day would pull his truck out in the morning, pull his Jeep into that spot, and do just the opposite every afternoon.
So how did you find him to approach him and talk to him about the damages to your motorcycle?
I don't know exactly what day, but after talking with the landlord had told me Jorge was a very nice guy, that I should take the high road.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I've got no problem taking the high road. So I saw him getting out of his Jeep one morning, and I approached him and I said, excuse me, Jorge, I have some pictures I need to show you of an accident that occurred. And right away, Jorge is apologizing, saying, I didn't see your bike. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm saying, I haven't told this guy yet that it was my bike.
Okay,
But
so
even
hold
as it
on,
may-
back up. So before you show him the pictures, he's apologizing for hitting your bike?
Exactly, without my telling him that he hit a bike.
Mr. Mejia, what happened that day?
Okay, good afternoon. I've been parking my trucks there for 10 years. If you see against the fence, it's only trucks parking there. It's only space for 10 trucks.
Is this communal parking, or does this you're talking
No.
as though this parking belongs to you?
No. I pay rent over there to the
Yeah,
landlord.
everybody pays rent. Like the people who employed him also pay rent. So are you saying no one else has a right to park there but your trucks?
That trucks, because that's the space for the trucks. If you see the line, I sent some pictures.
Okay, I'm
You see
looking
all-
at pictures and I'm seeing some trucks and I'm also seeing some cars. I don't see any signs that say that this just belongs to your business. There's multiple businesses that this landlord rents to, right? And all of them have shared parking there. Why does this belong just to you? There's no signs that say that. Did anybody tell you you couldn't park there?
No, in fact,
Were
I
there
asked
any
them because
signs
I had
saying this belongs to JMT Express Transport only? Parking for JMT
No.
Express Transport? Are there any signs, Mr. Mejia, that say that?
No.
Mr. Mejia, are there any signs that say parking only for JMT Express Transport?
No, it's not signs.
Then how is anybody
but,
going to know? And why should I believe that those are exclusively yours? But more importantly, you hit the guy's motorcycle and then you walked away.
I walk away, and yes, I walk away because I don't see the motorcycle. When you back up,
You didn't
so
feel your
slowly-
truck hit the motorcycle and the motorcycle crashed down? Because it damaged it on the side you hit it, and then, of course, the motorcycle falls and it gets damaged on the other side, too.
Yeah, because it's a 28-footer truck. When you're backing up, the space looks empty because that's where I park every day. That's the reserve for the JMT Express trucks.
Okay, stop
When
saying
you-
that because I don't see any evidence of that. Prove to me that those
Okay.
spaces are reserved just for you. Prove it to me.
No, I got to
No,
prove
come on,
because
prove it
every
to
day-
me. Show me the signs. Show me the agreement with the landlord that no one else can park there. Show me how anybody would know that they're your spaces. You keep saying it like just you saying it makes it so like you've got a wand. That's not how it works. Prove to me those are your spaces. Go ahead, I'm listening. Prove it to me.
Oh, I
Not
got no way
say
to
it
prove
over and
it.
over. Prove it to me with evidence.
I got no way to prove it.
Right, you
Okay,
have no
I got
evidence.
no-
Not only
Okay.
am I looking at them with my eyeballs, I see that there's no sign saying it's your parking. So anybody
Okay.
can park there, so stop saying you couldn't park there. Now, more importantly, you hit a motorcycle, that makes a noise, okay? How is it you don't realize you've hit it?
Because, George, because it's a big truck.
Okay.
It's a diesel truck. It's a big engine.
Okay, so
And
now
when
the
you back
guy,
up-
so the guy then approaches you weeks later when he's been able to get you on surveillance, and according to him, before he shows you the pictures, you're apologizing. Is that not true?
Yeah. I say, yeah, it's true. And I say, okay, I agree. I will take care of pay $600. He say, no,
Wait,
he want more.
stop, back up. The guy, tell me how the conversation goes with the plaintiff. He approaches you in the parking lot and says what?
Yeah.
What's
yeah,
he
we
say?
talk. He say, I got some picture to show you that you hit my motorcycle. I say, yes, I did. I hit it.
Oh, how are you saying that if you haven't even seen the pictures yet? According to you, you didn't know you hit the motorcycle. Why are you saying, yes, I hit the motorcycle?
No, because
I guess you
everybody
do
told
know
me
you
so.
hit the motorcycle.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, because they told me. Because they told me from his coworker told me that you hit the motorcycle.
Okay.
Say, okay, I talked to the man and I tried to fix it. I tried to.
So
I tried
you're
to work
willing
it
to
out with
pay
him.
for the damage you created as long as it's in your price range?
Yeah, I told him he's a nice guy. We talk and say, okay, I will pay you $600 because I think that's more than fair.
Why
He
do you?
said,
How
it's
do you
not-
know? Wait, stop. Where do you come off deciding how much the damages are without waiting for a professional to give him an estimate? Like you decided the
Well-
damages were 600?
No, because what I do is I try to get prices for motorcycle, for that kind of motorcycle,
Yeah,
for the mirror.
How can you get accurate prices if the motorcycle didn't visit the places that you're talking about? They can't give you an accurate quote without looking at it.
No, because I figured that out. Like how much I
Okay.
can find out how much.
I don't know how
I
you can
can't find
figure
out.
that out. How are you going to figure it out if he doesn't take his motorcycle there? You as the person who crashed his motorcycle, don't get to pick where he takes his motorcycle to. You took your motorcycle somewhere, and the estimate was $1,313.91. Correct, Mr. Faber?
Yes.
And the Blue Book value of that motorcycle is more than that. He's capped by the value of the motorcycle, but the value of the motorcycle is actually more than that. So this is not an unreasonable estimate. And who am I going to believe? You or the estimate? You're the guy who hit the motorcycle and left. I mean, verdict for the plaintiff, $1,313.91.
So the plaintiff prevails. He's going to get what he was seeking, $1,313. Mr. Mejia, what are you thinking now? The judge found against you.
What we're gonna do? She don't even listen to me, so there's nothing we can do. But those damages don't cost not even half of the price. Not even.
I'm sorry, but that's what you're going to have to pay. Mr. Faber, I
Yes.
suggest you be a little more careful where you park your motorcycle next time. What do you think?
I knew after that day, I started riding my wife's motorcycle and parking it on the other side of the parking lot.
I think that's a smart move for you. You okay with the judge's verdict?
Yeah, I'm happy. I just wish Mr. Mejia would have stepped up to the plate. I mean, we shook hands and he agreed to take care of whatever damages were on the bike. But, when push came to shove, he wasn't a man. So
He backed
at
up.
the end of the day, justice prevailed.
Well, you did the right thing. You filed the lawsuit, and that's exactly what small claims court is for. Congratulations. Very good. All right, Harvey, let's see what you have to say about this. What are you thinking?
So, Doug, this is a truism that when somebody parks illegally, even if it's clear he shouldn't have parked there, that is no excuse to not see what you should see. And if you hit it, even if it's your space, you're responsible.
What are your thoughts on scary movies? Do you like them?
I didn't used to when I was a little kid. If someone told me about a scary movie, I couldn't sleep for 6 months. It was just really
Just the word
just the
scary
anxiety.
movie.
The word, just tell me about it.
You were an anxious child.
I was an anxious child, but now I kind of get a thrill out of them, and I do like. I don't like gore.
So it's not the slasher stuff. It's the psychological.
The psychological thriller and
suspense.
I
terror.
can take a little slashing. I just
just not non-stop slashing.
Right.
I'm with you there. I like the ones that are suggestive of terror. Always get me more.
They're more
love
terrifying.
Scary movies. I love scary movies, but you don't have to even have the monster or the slasher on the screen. It's just the
the psychological thriller. My kids actually got me into scary movies because Christy, that my eldest, had a friend who was really into them and got her into them, and then I would let them watch it during the day so I wouldn't get scared because I could watch it too.